Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. So first off, I'm just going to say for anybody that's just coming into the channel, I'm going to be doing a giveaway very soon, as I told you guys. 3 mini-series I just covered. One of them I just finished uploading, how to build a gaming computer / post-production / productivity computer on the cheap that has a retail value of $1,500 to $3,000, and you'll be able to build it for way cheaper. And I showed you guys how to do that. The next one is going to be how to build a Star Killer helmet, Iron Man helmet, or whatever helmet on a 3D printer from beginning to end. That being said, beginning to end means with the paint and the weathered paint and all of that. And in the end of that series, which is being uploaded as we speak every Sunday, in the end of that, I'm going to be giving out this baby right here that I 3D printed on 100 infill, so this thing weighs a little, and it holds your Nintendo Switch and charges it, or even your cell phone to record you and all. Now, obviously, I got to put the eyes in, but I showed you guys the progression. So I painted it all. It's completely painted and completely, you know, with acrylic on top and all of that good stuff. And right now the only thing I need to do is put the eyes in and it'll be finished, and I'll be giving it away. I'm also doing other type of giveaways right here. As you can see, I have to still paint these. I'm obviously not done. Scorpion mask and all of that, and Noob Cybot, so we're going to be doing that. So there's going to be a lot of giveaways I'm going to be doing with the 3D printed things and so on and so forth. Then the next mini-series is going to be how to build a gaming / post-production / productivity desk that has a retail value of anywhere from $900 to $1,500, and you'll be able to build it on the cheap for a little less than, a little bit over $300 to a little bit over $400 if you want what I have. So now let's get right to it. So right now, as you can tell from many people on the forums, everyone is slamming Nintendo for their online service of basically what they showed and what it is. Okay, first off, I always give you guys the absolute honest reviews, honest truth, and honest everything that I do. Of course, it might not be the most popular thing, and you got fanboys down, you know, thumbing down and whatever. Just wanted to make sure that all the fanboys out there know it. I'm a fan of Nintendo. A lot of you guys thought I'm not. I'm a big fan of Nintendo. But I think as fanboys, if you guys really, truly love Nintendo like I do, you will not forgive them for their shortcomings. Because guess what? If you end up doing what people did in Apple in the beginning with the iPhone, that's why I finished getting the iPhone after iPhone 5. There was no innovation because the fanboys were pretty cool with it. They didn't care about any type of evolution. And you know, because of that, there's no demand, and therefore they didn't care. Apple didn't care about, you know, making, you know, evolving it. And of course, later on, they did evolve it once people started calling them out on it. When you call Nintendo out on their shortcomings, they make a better system. They realize they made a mistake. And right now, what Nintendo is doing is basically throwing all their customers under the bus. It really is what they're doing. In fact, that is why so many people, even though they bought the Nintendo Switch, are selling it on eBay right now. If you look at eBay, it's never been this high ever in terms of used Nintendo Switches. Why? Because people that bought it, as I investigated, and I was absolutely correct in the videos that I made, you guys saw I was telling you the truth, that it was that. I investigated it myself by calling Nintendo, asking questions to everyone pretty much on forum sites and everything, and got it for you, that the only people that were infected by the bricks were the people that bought it first in the time of launch and those close to launch. Those after launch date, like myself, I could put any type of plug I want and I'm not breaking it no matter how hard I try. Okay, so that's the thing that you guys have to understand. So they already threw all of their loyal customers that already bought the system under the bus. Now, they're doing poorly in the stocks. The only reason they're doing good in the stock market is only with the countries like America, Japan, and so on and so forth. But worldwide market, they're not doing well. And the reason why is because most people are not making the jump from the Nintendo Wii U into the Nintendo Switch, because most of the games are ports. Nintendo Switch has had major amounts of problems, and they're waiting for some kind of revision to fix all of that. Many people are no longer buying games because they hacked their system, because they had enough with Nintendo promising them things and obviously not delivering it on them. And that's the true reason a lot of people, you know, the hacking scene really started off. As you saw in the forums, people are literally saying we had enough of Nintendo. You could see it even on my YouTube channel. Many people are commenting, this pretty much is making me get custom firmware. And there's a reason behind that. It's because Nintendo is not delivering. So The latest thing from Nintendo is that now all of this hype that they promised us, we're going to let you save your games. Now, if they just put and implemented what the PlayStation Vita did, for example, where you could hook it up to your computer and save it in a save file, or put it on a freaking USB or on anything, and you could have your saves done, and every game has a freaking save, that would have been awesome. The PlayStation Vita did not release firmware upgrades without a save function. No system in the world, no freaking electronic in the world, no camera, no nothing, would release firmware updates without a way for you to back up everything. It's unheard of. Okay? So they released a horrible update that pretty much paralyzed everybody and bricked their systems, those who bought it at launch date. And you remember, they said you could use any USB you want. Everybody in the Nintendo stores also, they were saying that too. It's not their fault. They were told that. Nintendo made it seem like you can use any freaking, dock, any freaking thing in third party. In fact, big companies like even, GameStop and all these other players sold these third-party docks, and then they paralyzed the system. Now they said, we're going to give you, don't worry, we're going to give you saves, we're going to give you saves. Meanwhile, they're releasing updates, and all of us are waiting patiently for the saves. And now guess what? In order to save your game, you have to subscribe. And guess what? Here's the stupid part. If you don't subscribe, you can't save your games, but that's not it. Let's say right now I paid the $20, which is a great deal, $20 a year, which is cheaper than any other system, to go online. But let's say I went on vacation for 7 days. My games would freaking erase? Do you have any idea how stupid that is? The games that I downloaded would erase if I went away for 7 days on a vacation where I don't have internet connection. Okay? Now, check this out. Let's say right now I saved in the cloud. I just beat Zelda Breath of the Wild. I unlocked all the moons and Mario, all of that stuff, and I have it all saved up, and I'm feeling good. I paid $20 a year. I decide I'm going on a vacation somewhere. Okay? I'm not going to carry my, I'm not going to pay for a subscription, because what's the point? I'm going to go away for whatever, so I don't want to pay the monthly fee if I'm doing month to month, and I'm shutting it off till I get back. Guess what? All your saves are erased. It's not like they're keeping it there like hostage like other systems. I'm not going to say what do. And then you have to pay it, and then you get to save it. You get your saves back the second you're willing to pay it. Okay, even though they promised us saves not in a form of payment, which out of spite I don't think anyone should do, and which I think is beyond stupid and ridiculous, that they're charging us money to back up our damn games, which is so freaking stupid, to back up not games, but back up our saves. But not only that, not all of their games, including exclusives, not all exclusives are going to be allowed to be, are going to have that feature implemented of saving. That means you could play games, let's say Fire Emblem or something like that, and they would tell you, for example, that game will not have save options implemented. What the hell are you going to do? What are you going to do if something goes bad with your system? Again, their promises, and they don't deliver. And the funny part is they said, oh, well, guys, if you subscribe, you guys are going to be getting also special deals in the Direct. But we can't tell you much about it, of course, because it's an empty promise again. They're telling you you're going to get special deals because they copied PlayStation Vita. That's what they had. If you're a subscriber, you get also special deals to their thing. If you're the PSN or whatever it was, you get special prices for certain games. They might do it, but again, they're not really trustworthy. So far, every one of their promises laid flat. Even their freaking saves is a joke, because not every single game's going to be implemented. You have to pay for it. And if you don't pay a month or whatever, they completely erase everything, holding you hostage to be a victim of pretty much, you have to pay that yearly plan. Because even if, let's say, you forget to pay 1 month or something, you're screwed. All your saves are erased. You know how stupid that is? They're literally forcing you to pay. It's ridiculous how stupid it is. Now, somebody might say, well, $20 is nothing. Yes, $20 is cheap. But why on earth would you be... Do you feel good being forced to do something that you don't want to do? Is it cool that not all games are going to be implemented? Is this service even worth it? Nintendo is stupid beyond the norm. And there's no repairing this kind of stupid. Because if they were anyway smart, they would have had the virtual console like Sega Ages is doing right now, and is doing incredibly well on cell phones, on everything. If they had that implemented, into the system where you can buy your freaking games. Could you imagine? Everyone would pay $5 to $10. Even some of these Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, GameCube games would be awesome to be re-released. Okay, into like emulation. All right? Now, because they're bullshit artists and they're doing all this crap, you could see the forums. You guys, the fanboys could thumb down all they want. I made this channel based on honesty. Because I deliver honesty. Thumbs down, thumbs up doesn't matter to me. I like to see feedback. I like to hear it. If it's constructive criticism, I like it. But in this situation, I'm looking at the forums. And everyone on the forums are saying they had enough with Nintendo. In fact, all of them said, from now on, I'm hacking my system. You could look at it in the forums. They're all hacking their system. And everyone's going to hack it. And guess what? Nintendo's going to be another Nintendo Wii U. Now, this is their problem. This is Nintendo's problem. I'm going to tell you right here. They're walking on eggshells due to the Wii U, due to this horrible thing, what happened over there. It became only a first-party system. Third party didn't want anything to do with it. They all abandoned it. And what happens is, this is the reality. They're walking on eggshells right now with their investors, with their, with us, with the customers, with the third-party development teams, like EA, who said they'll have to think about to see how they're doing. And now, obviously, third-party developers are looking into Nintendo. But they forgot one important thing. What drives the stock market? What drives the investor to invest? What drives the third-party developers? It's money. Okay, money that who spends? The customer spends. So the fact that they don't give a damn about the customers and are walking on eggshells with everything else, yes, they're depending on fanboys who forgive every one of their shortcomings and don't care that they're getting half-assed games. But the thing is, the majority of the people do not like it. And yes, they're buying it now, but whatever goes up comes down. The Nintendo, Nintendo Wii U, the PSP did really well at the first sales. And then once it started getting hacked, when, again, they failed to deliver, it started doing horrible. The PlayStation Vita, pretty much, Sony abandoned it. They have no competition. They pretty much monopolized this. Okay, so because of that, they don't really care what the customer thinks. Well, you want a handheld system? Well, this is the way it is. We're concentrating on our investors. We're concentrating on our third-party development relationships. Because even if you fans won't like it, once you see all these third-party guys coming and the stock investors are going to invest in us, we'll come out with better systems, better this. But what they don't understand is none of that will happen if the fans are not happy. And whoever the hell's doing quality control there, which to me is non-existent, should be fired, and they should rehire a new team, a fresh face, somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Because obviously Nintendo has no clue what the hell they're doing, especially with the way the online thing works even. It's beyond stupid. Okay, we're going to see how that works out on the 18th. It doesn't make a difference. The fact that they're forcing you into this kind of stuff, the fact that they're forcing you to pay money for saves, and then if you miss a month, or you're out of that thing, or you're going somewhere, you don't want to invest in another month or whatever, you miss a month of payment, you lose all your saves. Wow. And also the fact that it's not even worth it because not every game is going to have saves on it. Do you have any idea how long we waited? We waited years to get a save option. How freaking stupid is this? And the reason they're not doing it is because they're looking out for their own butts. And their own butts, but what I mean by that is that they don't get hacked. Sorry, Nintendo, you got hacked. And you know why you got hacked? It's because you guys are freaking idiots. You screwed your fans, and your fans are now flocking to these hackers to get their system hacked by getting, I forgot what the hell it was called, but you could also hack it with that 3D printed stuff you could download off Thingiverse, whatever. I'm not a fan of hacking, but I'm starting to think maybe that's the path to go for Nintendo. Maybe that's what I'm going to recommend from now on for everybody, to just go hack their damn system and to hell with it. Because there's absolutely no reason for you not to. Nintendo has fallen short on all their promises. Hackers have come out with ways that you can do all these things that they promised, and like putting emulation on with games that you can actually play forever. I own these Nintendo games. I have them. And I'm willing to pay for it, $5-10 for them. Okay, to have it on my Nintendo Switch. But if you guys won't let me, by law, I'm allowed to keep a backup copy. I'm allowed to actually get emulation on it legally. And to play it with controllers and Joy-Cons and all that stuff. Everybody is. So that's the thing. A lot of people are flocking to hackers right now. And before you know it, hackers already know how to get games for free and all of that stuff. What's going to happen shortly after? Nobody's going to... Nintendo's not going to make any more money. Already in the worldwide market, they're suffering. They're only doing well in the markets in America, Japan, and certain countries. And they're hitting their fiscal goals. But again, like if you look at the 3DS sales, as I laid it down to you in the other video, the 3DS is selling more systems than they're selling, than they're selling Switches. If they take the 3DS, they take the Wii U sales that are still selling, you take these two and put it into the Nintendo Switch and give people a reason to have system sellers, you're going to have everybody jumping ship to your ship, to the Nintendo Switch ship. But again, because of fanboys, because of all this crap, you're going to have people that are not willing to skip. And there's people all over, including people around my area, that will not go to a Nintendo Switch. All over forums, they're saying that. Every game is a freaking port. What's the point of doing that? The Direct, all these freaking idiots on YouTube that are saying it, they're saying it so they're letting you hear what you want to hear. It was the worst Direct ever. The only good reveal that they had was freaking Luigi's Mansion 3. That's it. Unless you like Animal Crossing. No Metroid 4. No thing. I understand that things have to be announced later to make it bulky because we have a lot of good games coming out. I get that. But when you beef up a thing and then just focus all that, like the other one, pretty much everything we already knew what was in this Direct. Because the other Direct before it, they pretty much steamrolled every game and just said Smash. So... That's the thing that I just don't get about Nintendo, is how they do things. But again, to you fanboys, if you want to see your product succeed, your product excel, you guys have to learn to call them out on their shortcomings. I don't care if you're a fanboy. I don't care if you just got your Nintendo Switch. This is wrong. Okay? It's wrong. How they're doing and how they're conducting business is shady as hell. It's wrong. Okay, it's just flat out wrong. And all these years we're waiting for a freaking save option. And we're not even going to get that. Unless you pay for it. And even then, not all games are going to be implemented on that. They're going to implement that. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. I'm definitely curious to hear your comments. As always, self-funded here, giving you guys nothing but the truth, no matter what hate or anything. I give you guys all the time the truth. That's the reason I opened this channel, because I was sick and tired hearing yuppies making reviews because they're getting paid to do it by by gaming industries or whatever, who give them games for free to review and all of that, and they say, well, you know, this game is good but it has a little bad or whatever, but they're marketing the game because they get paid to do it. And then you get the game, just like they did with WWE 2K18 by speeding up the footage. You saw right away, I gave you guys the absolute truth, played it for you guys, and showed you guys what a mess that damn thing was. And unfortunately, so many people bought it because of those fake lame reviews. Okay, that's the reason I opened the channel, to do this, to give you guys honest reviews so you guys can see what it is, despite everything. I don't owe anybody anything. I'm doing this for the community at large because I want you guys not to get tricked like I was tricked. So I definitely want to hear your comments below. It's I always say, like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Of course, that helps the channel. I really like it when you guys show me love on that thing to show, to make me want to continue this, as I always will. But I also want to hear what you guys have to say, whether you agree or disagree. I want to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comments. I definitely like to hear that. I always read it. I always comment to each and every one of the comments there, because I think that's what we need. We need a community of honesty out there that calls things like it is, that calls Nintendo or any other damn system out there for their shortcomings, or any other electronic, anything I do, from 3D printing to camera equipment to everything, I call it for its shortcomings, so the fans could be vocal about it because they have market research firms, and then the product, the companies can improve their product, and we get what we wanted and what we paid for. And that's, it. Right now, I feel like we all got scammed. This is a scam. This is horrible. We are really being, getting half-assed crap over here at this time. And this saves is incredibly important. To release any type of update without saves is ridiculous. And now you're charging people to do it. And you're still not implementing it in every game. And even if you are paying for it, if you miss a month of payment, everything erases. You don't even have it in the cloud forever. It's erased. What do you guys think down below? As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and definitely comment down below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.